Welcome back. What an incredible weekend when it came to sports. I watched a lot of sports this weekend. So let's get right into it. First, we're going to do a recap of this past weekend's 3-game Homestead between the Seattle Mariners and my Houston Astros. The Astros' last 3 games at the crib this baseball season. Their next 6 games is on the road in Cali, in Oakland, and in Anaheim. So let's do a recap of their game on Friday. The Mariners scored 1 run in the top of the first. Neither teams didn't score shit in the second and third inning. The Mariners scored 1 run in the top of the fourth. Neither teams didn't score shit in the 5th and 6th inning. The Mariners scored 1 run in the top of the 7th and 1 run in the top of the 8th. And neither teams didn't score shit in the 9th inning. Final score, Seattle Mariners 4, Houston Astros 0. The Mariners were 85 and 69 as the Astros dropped to 84 and 70. Saturday's game. Mariners scored 1 run in the top of the first, second, and third inning. Neither teams didn't score shit in the 4th inning. Mariners scored 2 runs in the top of the 5th. Neither teams didn't score shit in the 6th inning. Mariners scored 1 run in the top of the 7th. Astros scored 4 runs at the bottom of the 7th. And neither teams didn't score shit in the last 2 innings. Final score, Seattle Mariners 6, Houston Astros 4. The Mariners were 86 and 69 as the Astros dropped to 84 and 71. And now a recap from yesterday. Neither teams didn't score shit in the first inning. Mariners scored 7 runs at the top of the second. Astros scored 1 run in the bottom of the third. Neither teams didn't score shit in the 4th, 5th, and 6th inning. Astros scored 1 run in the bottom of the 7th and the bottom of the 8th. And neither teams didn't score shit in the 9th inning. Final score, Seattle Mariners 7, Houston Astros 3. The Mariners are now 87 and 69 as the Astros drop to 84 and 72. The Astros' last 6 games during the regular season is on the road. 3 in Oakland and 3 in Anaheim against the Athletics and the Angels. As for the Braves, they swept the Tigers in Motown. The Braves beat the Tigers on Friday 10-1, Saturday 6-5, and yesterday 6-2. And they just beat the Nationals 11-5. The Braves have their last 6 games at the crib. In a rematch taking on the Nationals and taking on the Pirates. That's the good news, that the Braves swept the Tigers. But the bad news is the Braves have been eliminated from going to the postseason. This will be the first time in 8 years that the Braves will be not going to the postseason. That sucks. The Braves are now 74 and 83 as the Nationals drop to 64 and 93. As for the Cubs, they got embarrassed in Cincinnati, Ohio against the Reds. They lost to the Reds on Thursday 1-0. Friday 7-4. Saturday 6-3. And yesterday 1-0. The Reds are now 80 and 76 as the Cubs drop to 88 and 68. The Cubs' last 6 games are at the crib. Tomorrow through Thursday, taking on the Mets, and Friday through Sunday, taking on the Cardinals. And the Cubs are going back to the postseason for the first time in 5 years. Yeah, man. That's good to hear that the Cubs are going back to the postseason. I know my dad is happy that the Cubs are going back to the postseason because he's a fan of Chicago teams. Despite that he and my mom are from Michael Jackson's hometown, my dad is a fan of Chicago teams. All right, we got 2 more games to do a recap on. In the words of Stone Cold Steve Austin, I'm going to try extremely hard to maintain my composure. We're down 0-2. Did we go 0-3 or 1-2? You're about to find out now. In the words of my man Spitz 389, what's up YouTube? Your boy Xavier back again with another sports topic, and today we're going to talk some football. Houston Texans football. We're doing a recap of yesterday's Sunday afternoon NFL game between my Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Before I get into that, like I said in my last Texans videos, if you like my Texans videos, like the videos, comment on the videos, share them on any social media platforms you use, Discord, X, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, any social media platforms you use. Share my Texans videos, and I'll be more than happy to share your videos. Follow me on my social media. My links will be in the description, as well as a link to my Rumble channel. Besides Mike Henry and Spitz 389, the links to Alexa and Maria's page, Maria and Olivia's, Swaggy Reacts, Jaime and Katie Filer, and the hosts of the Just a Little Shady podcast, Haley Jade and Brittany Edney, will also be in the description. And anytime I upload a Cowboys video, the link to Hollywood Yankee Otaku's page will be in the description. Let's do a recap of this game. The Jaguars and the Texans. Texans didn't score shit in the first quarter while giving up a touchdown. They made a comeback in the second quarter by kicking a field goal. Jaguars lead 7-3 at halftime. Texans didn't score shit in the third quarter while giving up a field goal. After the third quarter, Texans 10 or Jaguars 10, Texans 3. Both teams scored a touchdown in the fourth quarter. Nico Collins was this close to tying the game if he did not fumble the ball at the fourth quarter, allowing the Jaguars to beat us by 17-10. The Jaguars are now 2-1 as the Texans drop to 0-3. The Texans' next game is this Sunday at the crib, taking on the Tennessee Titans. October 5th against the Ravens in Beemore. October 20th against my boy Darius, DJH88's Seattle Seahawks. October 26th, taking on the 49ers. November 2nd, taking on the Broncos. November 9th, in a rematch, taking on the Jaguars. November 16th, a rematch against the Titans. November 20th, taking on Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. November 30th, against the Colts in Indianapolis. December 7th, Sergio's birthday, against Mace's team, the Kansas City Chiefs. December 14th, taking on the Cardinals. December 21st, taking on the Raiders. December 27th, 2 days after Christmas, against the Chargers in LA. And January 4th, 2026, taking on the Colts. Now let's do a recap of the Dallas Cowboys versus my dad's team, the Chicago Bears. Cowboys gave up 2 touchdowns in the first quarter while kicking a field goal, but they made a comeback in the second quarter by 11-10. At halftime, Bears 24, Cowboys 14. Cowboys didn't score shit in the third quarter while giving up a touchdown. After the third quarter, Bears 31, Cowboys 14. Neither teams didn't score shit in the fourth quarter. Final score, Chicago Bears 31, Dallas Cowboys 14. Both teams are now 1-2. This Sunday, the Cowboys will take on Samurai Reds team, the Green Bay Packers. October 5th, against the Jets in New York or New Jersey. October 12th, against the Carolina Panthers. October 19th, taking on Mace's second team, the Washington Commanders. October 26th, against the Broncos in Denver. November 3rd, taking on the Cardinals. November 17th, against the Raiders in Las Vegas. November 23rd, in a rematch, taking on the champs, the Philadelphia Eagles. Thanksgiving Day, November 27th, taking on the Chiefs. December 4th, against the Lions in Detroit. December 14th, taking on the Vikings. December 21st, taking on the Chargers. Christmas Day against the Washington Commanders. And January 4th against the Giants in New York. I give the Mariners, the Jaguars, and the Bears credit because they came and played. I know my dad was happy that his boys beat the Dallas Cowboys. I don't know what the hell happened to the Astros this weekend. They was not ready to beat the Seattle Mariners. Bad enough they lost their last 3 games of the season. Their last home games of the season. Keep your heads up, Astros. Get your shit together because you got 6 games left on the road against the Athletics and the Angels. And we'll see if you can make it to the postseason. I don't know what the hell happened to the Texans. Normally the Texans would always beat the Jaguars, but this time the Jaguars got back at the Texans. I thought they would be 1-2 by now, but no, they're 0-3. I agree with everything that Mikey said in his rant about the Texans game. This reminds us of 2018 when we were 0-3 until we won 10 games in a row and made it to the playoffs back when we had Deshaun Watson as our quarterback. Fast forward to 2 years ago, 2 years later, 5 years ago, January 12th, 2020, we was in the wild card round and choked a 24-0 lead against Mace's team, the Kansas City Chiefs, allowing them to kick our asses 51-31. 2 weeks before the death of Kobe Bryant, his daughter Gigi, and those 7 passengers, and 2 months before that horrendous ass pandemic. I cannot believe that pandemic happened, and I don't even want to remember it. That caused everything to shut down. Some people, me included, were still able to get out of our house and go to work during the pandemic. During the 2020 season, we were 0-4, and we got rid of that bitch-ass coach, Bill O'Brien, because he traded wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins to the Arizona Cardinals during the 2020 offseason. 2020, we were 4-12. 2021, we were 4-13. 2022, we were 2 wins, 13 losses, and 1 tie. 2023, we were 10-6. We won We got out of the wild card round, but lost in the divisional round against the Ravens. Last season, we were 10-7. Made it out of the wild card round, but we lost to the Chiefs in the divisional round. And now we're 0-3. So Texans, better get y'all shit together because y'all got the Titans this Sunday at the crib. If they go 0-4, I may not watch them for the rest of the season. I may watch the Cowboys instead. And even the Cowboys are doing no better. They got beat by my dad's team, the Bears. And I'm not even a fan of the Bears like that. But I don't give up on my teams. I still have faith in them whether they win or lose. Whether it's the Astros, Rockets, Texans, Longhorns, Lakers, Bulls, Heat, Warriors, Cowboys, and even the Braves and the Cubs. Whenever they lose a game, I always tell them, keep your heads up, get your shit together, and get yourselves ready for your next game or the next season. I don't go around saying, fuck this team, fuck that team, they could suck a you-know-what. No matter whether they win or lose, I will always have faith in my teams. So you guys better get y'all shit together, because the regular baseball season is almost over. It's almost time for the postseason. What do you guys think about the Texans losing to the Jaguars? And the Cowboys losing to my dad's team, the Bears? And the Astros getting swept by the Mariners? That wraps up my recap of this past Sunday weekend's games of the Mariners versus the Astros, the Texans versus the Jaguars, and the Cowboys versus the Bears. Like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell for my next Astros, Texans, and Cowboys rant. I'll be back later on today, celebrating 25 years of Static Shock premiering on Kids WB and 20 years of Roll Bounce being released in theaters. Until then, go Houston Astros, go Dallas Cowboys, and go Houston Texans. As always, say it with me, fam. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. No more talk.